Good evening, everyone. My name is Vanessa Garrett on behalf of the Justice Reform Partnership. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's Talk Justice Tuesday. Whether it's your first time with us or you're a returning attendee, I would like to thank you for continuing to support us in these very important conversations. I always like to share a little bit about the JRP. We started with just 5 organizations, and now we've grown to more than 90 organizations and individuals from all over Georgia. We bring together grassroots organizations, community organizers, advocates, directly impacted people, and policy experts, all working toward a more just and equitable ecosystem of criminal and juvenile justice reforms throughout the state of Georgia. Talk Justice Tuesday is now our year-round monthly webinar focused on policy and legislative changes at the Georgia State Capitol and on community-driven solutions that affect people impacted by the criminal legal system. Coalition partners have the opportunity to lead a conversation on an important issue. These monthly conversations actually came about because of you, our attendees. We used to host TJT and Talk Justice Tuesdays only during the legislative session, but you asked for more topics and more ways to connect, so we made it a year-round series. Our goal is to break down complex policy topics, amplify the voices of directly impacted communities, and share real actionable strategies for advocacy. So tonight's conversation, I'm excited to introduce Breaking Cycles, Building Futures, Supporting Families Affected by Incarceration. I am Vanessa Garrett, the Director of Community Engagement and Client Services at Motherhood Beyond Bars, where we support women who are pregnant while they are incarcerated. We support women who are currently incarcerated and formerly incarcerated, and they're pregnant. Their system is impacted. We support their infants, their children, their families, providing holistic support. And joining me today, I have my good friend and colleague associate, Drew Umberger, who is the Maternal Incarceration Opioid Reduction Program Manager at Motherhood Beyond Bars. I'm also joined with 2 of my very close friends and partners. We have Jocelyn Calhoun and we have Yasmin Stevens, both from Bard Business. Rosalind is the Reentry and Partnership Coordinator, and Yasmin is the organizer. So I want to welcome everybody for being here with me today. Welcome everyone out there. And I guess we could start with Drew. Can you tell us a little bit more about you, Motherhood Beyond Bars, your personal mission, and ways that you show up for women at work?
Sure. So my name is Drew Umberger. Pronouns are she and her. I am a person formerly incarcerated. I am a person in lived recovery, celebrating almost 10 years. I am a single mom who fought the state foster care system to have her children returned to her once she was released from prison. And now I'm in this space, but I do so much in this space. But this particular hat, Motherhood Beyond Bars, I'm going inside of the local county jails and identifying individuals or women, rather, that would be eligible for diversion or alternative sentencing, and take care of their infants that they give birth to and keep the caregiver and mother connected while mom is away serving time, if that is the case. So, yeah, that's in a nutshell.
Thank you so much. So much work, right? And like Roz, or Yasmin, I don't know who wants to go first. If you could just tell us more about yourself and the work that you are doing at Bard Business.
My name is Rosalind Calhoun. Excuse me, pronouns are she, her. I am the Reentry and Partnership Coordinator at Bard Business. Bard Business is a membership based organization. It was founded in 2020 by formerly incarcerated women. We are a grassroots organization that's rooted in power building principles. Um, Throughout our work, we have made changes in the policy shifts, rights restoration, economic empowerment for justice impacted people. And our work is defined by our actions through organizing, passing local legislation, and building infrastructure for lasting economic independence. And for me, I am formerly incarcerated. I served 15 years in Georgia State Prison with Alto Lee Arundel as well as Pulaski. I'm 2 years and 3 months, I believe, now home. But inspired to do this work, I worked as a facilitator. I was a reentry facilitator while I was incarcerated. And with that role, I worked closely with upper staff and it helped prepare others for just a successful reentry. And that experience just opened my eyes both to challenges and possibilities that exist within the system. And it inspired me to continue that work on the outside just to help remove barriers, restore dignity, and create opportunities for women and men and families who are formerly incarcerated. And just that's just, to be able to truly build and thrive.
That's very impactful. So like I said, I enjoy like having like natural conversations. I never actually knew that you worked directly um, for the staff at the facility that did, and you did the reentry program.
Hmm.
So I'm going to circle back to it. I have some questions I think that'll be very interesting to share. Before we do, let's get to Yasmin. You like to share what you do with our business?
Oh well, peace, everyone. So I'm Yasmin. They call me Knowledge. Um, Bard Business. I am a community organizer for Bard Business. Actually, I was a part of their Black Normal bailout. They bailed me out actually this year, May 9th. I came home for Mother's Day, and they saw potential in me. They loved my personality, loved everything about me, turned around, sent me to a program to teach me how to become an organizer. And we finished that program, and then Bar Business created a Learn to Hire program, which is a program where we learn how to campaign. We go through a boatload of training, book work, papers, essays, everything to get us completely established as an organizer. So I just got the opportunity to be fully hired on for Bar Business. I graduated from the Learn to Hire program last Friday. They had a nice celebration for us. And so now I'm all in, baby. It's like we gang related in here. You know what I'm saying? They not letting me go. I'm not going nowhere. Only way out is a box. Talk to me. But I organize community events. I'm out in the community. You will see my face everywhere talking to people, and just trying to let them know, like I just said, I am formerly incarcerated. I just did almost 6 years. I literally just touched down May 9th, and I've been home and hitting the ground running since then, and it's no stopping. It's only way up. It's only way is up from here now.
That's right. That's so exciting. So congrats. What a Mother's Day, right? Like I bet that was a very special Mother's Day. So congratulations to you for coming home and doing, it seems like you came home and just hit the ground running.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's amazing. And so I was very, very, as you know, as the holidays are coming up, a lot of our families are like experiencing like the crazy seasonal shift and everything that's going on with the economy and the cold weather. To talk about, I'm experiencing the cold weather, don't like colds. But just from like your personal experience, like what are some of the hardest parts of the holiday season for families who are separated by incarceration? I'm wondering like what you saw specifically, Roz, being that you worked for reentry, you saw the, you know, people who were getting ready to come home, you were working directly with staff. Did you notice anything special about this time of year with people coming home that was different than any other time of year? Or what are just some struggles that you might have seen people experiencing on their way home?
For this time of the year, yes, I think this time of the year was one of the hardest. Um, And I think really what really sticks out about it is emotional awareness. One thing that sticks out to me is witnessing the strength and resilience of women who have been through incarceration and who are incarcerated. But mental health is such a huge part of the conversation, but it's too often many parts gets left out. So it's the lack of the mental health resources both inside and home, because one thing, prison is designed to break you. And if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But even in that environment throughout this time, through the holidays, we found ways to just build community. Um, we were able to teach each other how to be strong, um, help shape each other how to survive, and just to hold on to that hope. Many friendships formed inside, that still became a true sisterhood today, just from those friendships. So just being able to stick together, because that bond is so sacred. So when you are going through the holidays, it's the most trying time, and it's a time where you have to check on people. Um, it's important to just find out, if someone is doing okay. And not by just saying, "Hey, how are you doing today?" No, you have to really, really pull together and make sure that people are really okay. It's not easy, but the resilience I witnessed was really, really powerful because women really refused to give up. Even when they didn't know when their release dates were coming, even if they didn't know if family members were coming, to visit them, and even just going through harsh treatment of the staff you know during that time, it was just that time to just pull together and lean on each other, because that was the only way, folks are really going to make it through, because of course you're missing your family, you're missing your children. um you're watching the commercials and things going on from the different holidays and family getting together. So it's a real hard time. So just to be able to have someone, show you that compassion, show you that care, give you even space when you do need that space, it helps to just be able to live in that time.
Yeah, and it's very hard, like being away from your family, right? But
Oh,
then being
yes.
able to find the community, like where you are with the friends you are, and just be able to put one foot in front of the other. I don't
Mhm.
think any year made it any easier than the last, but it was just
Right.
something we learned to deal with, right?
Yes.
So I'm like in the work that you've done, Drew. I know that you're doing a lot of the work that's in our county jails. You're seeing moms that are like being incarcerated during the holiday season, or are still there during the holiday season. And I'm wondering, what are some of the hardest parts for the families that you're supporting, if
So,
anything different?
well, I think in a lot of ways that it's similar, but what stands out the most for the people inside the county jails is the unknown. It's the not knowing what's going to happen. It's not knowing when your court date is, not knowing, you know, who's taking care of your child in that moment. Sometimes, like it's just, when's my lawyer coming to see me? Like, I don't know the outcome. I don't know how to plan for things because I just don't know. So I think that's one of the larger barriers that people are facing inside the local county facilities. Um, but other like, to what Rosalind was saying, like the sisterhood, the community that you build within, is so important. It's so important not to close yourself off. I know it's so hard to do. Like all you want to do is just like be alone. You're going through things, but really, it's in those times that you need to lean in with
Mhm.
the sisters that you have around you versus pull back. And that goes to our mental health, right? So I'm pretty sure that the facilities see an increase in what they call sick calls, people wanting to see a doctor, or to just have an opportunity to speak to somebody, because they don't know how to process the feelings that they're going to, especially if it's the first time you've ever been incarcerated, because you just don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and that's like so true. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what the feelings are that are coming. And like the majority of the women that we work with, on top of that, are working with the hormones of dealing with pregnancy or the postpartum. Their postpartum period. I know, for us, like this is one of our busiest times of year where we're sending in cards and sending in pictures and making sure that there's money on the phone. There's so many people inside that can't connect to anyone on the outside. They don't have someone to answer the phone, to send them a card, to even let them know that they're thought about. So I know one of the really big things that we're big on here during this time of year, because we're here and the majority of our moms are inside, we want them to feel loved and connected and supported. We send them mail. It seems very small to us out here, but it is a world of a difference to the people that we support inside. So in terms, like thinking just about like the supports that our organizations do to support the people in our community, bar business, I know that they connect women to resources and they advocate for system change, Jasmine, right? They advocate for systemic change. So what have you noticed this year, like about rising costs or benefit losses, or like is any of that like shaping like how you serve your people or any of the needs that you're able to accommodate? That's for either Rosin or Yasmin.
I know this year we've continued definitely to see rising costs and benefit losses. You know, they're deeply shaping the needs of those we serve, especially women and families, impacted by incarceration. So, bar business, we've noticed that lack of even financial stability, affordable housing, sustainability with employment opportunities. Um, We've been committed to being a part of the solution by engaging just in a lot of real meaningful conversations that move communities forward. Recently, we just joined with the mayor's office for Atlanta's Green Future, which was a real powerful community conversation about green economy, green jobs, and environmental resilience with Atlanta. And these conversations, they really matter because they help us just imagine and prepare for the kind of opportunities our returning citizens really deserve. Career paths that are not only provide income, but also sustainability and purpose and growth. So we know that also for individuals returning home, that building career capital, financial independence, there those things are very, very essential. So we want to make sure that we continue to we have a Grow with Google class that we do every week. I'm definitely going to put the information in the chat. But we teach those not only digital skills, but also about what they need to be saying to employers and job seekers, especially about work opportunity tax credit and our federal bonding, which are key tools that really encourages businesses to hire just impacted individuals. Um, we also partner with other organizations and volunteers. We partner to make sure that we are taking care of the folks who are still inside. It's important to make sure that you even partner with volunteers. We partner with Minister Green, who goes in and volunteers all through the year, really. But during this time of year, she goes to probably five different facilities and make sure that they have hygiene packages, they have socks, they have hot meals, they have words of encouragement. And we make sure that we get with folks like that who are going into the organization, into the facilities and taking care of the folks who are inside. Her efforts are encouraging for others, definitely. I'm going to put her information in the chat as well because donations are needed. The women and men, we never want to make them even feel like they are left behind. We want to make sure that we continue to encourage them, especially during this time of year. So making sure that we connect with families and resources. We want to also just continue to advocate for the systematic change because we believe that even as costs rise and benefits decrease, our collective power and our compassion can rise even higher. So it starts also with just rich conversations, shared perspectives, and community grounded in some real action. And that real action is calling up organizations, finding out how you can donate, calling and checking with organizations, finding out if they need volunteers. Bard Business gives out food every week. Every weekend, we're doing food, we're doing produce, we're doing wellness checks. We are out in the community giving away clothes. So it's important to make sure you know so that you can share with those who are in need or share with someone who has the time to be able to volunteer. But this
Yeah.
time is really, really a crucial time of year.
Yeah, and I hear everything you're saying about like talking, connection, and communicating. And I believe that that's where it all begins. That's where it all starts. You can't do any of this without having that conversation, building that connection, and finding out like about the people. You can't just do the work. You have to ask
Mhm.
questions, find out how can we better support the community.
Yeah.
It's all about supporting the community. I know that Motherhood Beyond Bars was able to respond quickly with some of the changes, especially around the food insecurities and SNAP and all that that was going on. We were able to implement some we were able to implement some fundraisers to get our families some support. Drew, from your perspective, did that reveal any urgency or anything special about the work that we did or our partner initiatives in providing support?
Oh, most definitely. As soon as Amy put the call out, who is our executive director, as soon as the call was put out, our supporters responded really, really fast. Like we were watching like in time. And as these donations were coming in, we were getting them out the door as quick as they were coming in. Um, and we had so many text messages and emails and voice recordings of our families thanking us for even thinking of them. Just the thought that we were actually thinking of them meant a whole lot. Although what we were able to give wasn't necessarily a whole replacement of EBT, we're still getting, being creative in the ways that we can help support moms. So another one of the hats that I wear is through Support and Feed. It's a nonprofit out of Los Angeles, but I'm the Atlanta City coordinator, and I was able to form that partnership. And so soon we'll be able to give out fresh produce to each family that is in need that we're able to reach. Very excited about that. That's about to take place. Um, and then a lot of our women that are just coming home in general, like they count on this EBT. They may have just been released. They don't have employment yet. I mean, let's be realistic. When you first get out, you've got appointments, just got to get grounded, right, and get back into the swing of things. And then you have your children. So a lot of our moms lean and they count on that EBT every month. So
Yeah,
crucial.
yeah, families like all across like the country. Like
Yeah.
I can I definitely know that they have felt it, but I do feel like the formerly incarcerated population is already vulnerable enough. And like that I make them struggle, right? They're already going up against everything, have all the deck stacked against them. Let us support our people. What resources or support options are available now for families? Do you guys know of anything that we could like, ask me, Ross, and anyone, just ways that they can connect to support? I know that we mentioned a lot of things that we're doing, in the community, like Drew, you mentioned support and feed. Are there things that the community can get involved in that you know of that if they're not like directly part of the program? Yeah.
Okay, like sorry, like Ross said, every weekend we've been partnering with different communities, different organizations that's been passing out foods. I'm not gonna hold you, it's been kind of hard because a lot of communities, number one, do not have the food to pass out. Um, number one. Number two, um I know up at the Dunbar Center, every so many Saturdays they pass out fresh produce, groceries and stuff like that. I think you have to sign up. If I have the information, I'll drop it in the chat. I think.
Yeah, because that's what I like what we've been experiencing is like the needs are so great. And unfortunately the resources are still so small. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing that information. That was new to me for sure. And I'm hoping that it was new for some other people. Um, so thinking of all this work that we're doing, from the advocacy, from, trying to find resources that are tapped out, from asking for donations and help and things, what are some things that you guys do for yourself to stay grounded, or like how do you care for yourself during this time? Like I can say like for me, like one of the things I like to do is just like chill out. It's very, very hard to break away. The phones are constantly ringing. You constantly have the kids in your ear. You're constantly worried about like, okay, holidays are coming up. But just finding that time to chill, to debrief, to connect with someone who's grounding, and to kind of just like usher me into like a moment of like bliss, I guess, if you'd say. Like, are there any things that you guys like to do to ground you in the work, to keep you level headed? I know it's hard to take vacation.
I know during this holiday season, the most powerful thing is to be able to just show up for one another, whether it's through giving, volunteering, simple check-ins, but we all have a role in just making sure that no one again is left behind. So even with those, I keep in touch with the ladies who are still inside. So, making sure that you just check in with them. People always say, oh, people from prison, they just want money. No, they want to be able to hear that familiar voice who was there with them, to be able to still continue to give them that encouragement that they are looking for, that hope to still hold on to. They are looking for that. So just being able to send a card, because I don't even have the, time, the capacity to write the letters like I used to. So, but I always make sure that I'm sending a card, sometimes even a postcard, but I'm sending something, just making sure that they know, you still have folks out here who are fighting for you. Even families they're facing, financial hardships, and especially during this time of year. Um, and going back to even just some of the resources. If you check our website, I'll make sure I put that in the chat as well. Check our website. We are always making sure where either food pantries are, where they're giving away. Matter of fact, we're having a coat drive on January 15th. Um, which will make sure we give that information out. Also, on November 18th, we are also having our community dinner event, and that is on November 18th, Tuesday, November 18th, at the Dunbar Center, where we are making sure that the community is fed with a warm, hot meal. We are making sure that they feel like this holiday is not going to go by without them being loved on. Okay. So that is so important for you. Sometimes we just have to forget about ourselves and remember that someone else is doing so much worse than what we are. And if we can just, be there for them in any way that we can, it's so important during this time, because again, that's going back to mental health. People think that you can take that lightly, and you cannot. And you cannot. But if you check our website, we will keep you posted. We will keep you informed of ways to give. We'd love for you to come and volunteer, and ways that you can be able to pass on information to others about being able to get the resources that they need.
And you said it's November 18th at the Dunbar Center.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a way that people can show up or volunteer, or like get items to you, or
Absolutely. I'll put in my email address, but I'll also put Bar Business website. But absolutely, we would love to. This is what we do. We make sure our folks are okay.
yeah, and it's like I said, it's really hard, especially like this time of year with everything else that's happening, like making sure that people are fully supported.
Hmm.
Like food is very, very important to our mental health. When you don't eat, it can set you off. It puts you in
Yes.
a panic state, and it's
Hmm.
really trying to find ways to keep people grounded, healthy, and safe.
Yes.
Um, you just want to say something, Drew? I couldn't tell.
Oh yeah, I couldn't wait.
I know.
Going
I
off
looked like you
mute.
were sitting on the edge of your
I
seat. I'm
couldn't,
sorry.
couldn't get out fast enough. Um, no, I think for me, because I am a person in long-term recovery, when you ask what do I do to take care of me, because right, I can't fill someone else's cup up if mine is empty. So for me, it's going to be ramping up more meetings for myself, tapping in more to my recovery community than usual, um, staying staying focused, and for me, I go to church, so that's my personal preference. But also, so I have my faith community also as well that helps keep me strong and helps keep me going and motivated. And yeah, so I wanted to. Rosalind had a lot of great things to say about self care, but I just wanted to put that out there for the people who are in recovery. Like, do not sleep on this beast. Like, the holidays is makes us very vulnerable, and we have to stay strong for one another. So,
Yes, that's right. Power and numbers, strength in numbers, right? Like you're not alone. We're a team, right? That's pretty amazing. Yasmin, did you want to share?
I do. In order for us to be able to help others, we have to be clear headed. So for me, I like to take a lot of time, and when I'm home, I actually read. That is something that I did the whole time I was incarcerated, and I like to try to keep that going. So mentally, I'm still refreshed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to go and speak. I'm able to participate in the community. I'm able to do stuff because mentally I'm rested. We are not able to do vacations and stuff like that because we're so busy, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You get it where you can because the work is more important. So in order to keep being on go, mentally you got to be aligned. So for me, it's going to the park. It's too cold to go to the park now, but I like to normally be at the park with the swings. But I definitely the mental reset is what's needed before you able to fully help others.
Mental reset, and that's it. Like taking the time out to support ourselves mentally. I know like doing this work, like a lot of people constantly are talking about like resilience, our families are resilient, our children are resilient. Do you have like a good inspirational story of resilience of someone bouncing back? I don't know if it's maybe your own personal story or a story from your work that you can share. Just want to highlight some amazing just anyone.
I can think of a mom who we all had the honor of meeting her little boy. So she was a frequent flyer, or what they call a frequent flyer, revolving door of the Fulton County Jail. She was also somebody who struggled with fentanyl, which, if you know anything about that, that is a very, um, it grabs a hold of you and it does not want to let go. Now mom is doing well. Her court cases are behind her. She's free. She's reunited with her, was able to have her baby out in the free world. And she's thriving now. She's in a recovery, like a housing residency place that she could have left any moment, but she's still there. Like and she's getting back into school. She's working. The baby is just a few months old, but that's just like one of the many stories that we have at Motherhood Beyond Bars. I can also sit here and say that, I left Metro Transitional Center with nothing but the clothes on my back, and with the help of Motherhood Beyond Bars, Living on Purpose ATL, ATL, well, Free 99 Fridge. I don't know if you all remember Letitia there. But with the help of these orgs, 9 months later, I'm a homeowner, I have my children back. I'm working in the community, doing what I love, which not many people can actually say that they get to do. And I get to live my recovery out loud, and I get to go back and help other moms go through the same thing. So that's another, like, we have so many stories at Motherhood Beyond Bars, and it's because of the people that we have working here, and just because the moms are resilient too. So I guess it really is resiliency, Vanessa.
Yeah, it's you, right? Like if you
Yeah.
think about it, like you gave your own resilience story, but then your story is resilience, right? Like you were a program participant, you unfortunately had your baby incarcerated, but you came out and you did what you had to do and you're just wow. Just wow. So your story alone was resilience. Thank you for sharing that and for talking about the other mom in the program. Hassan or Yasmin.
Um, my whole story is shows resilience. I did I did not only almost 6 years, but the bid was broken down into two different bids. So my first bid when I came home in 2023, I was honestly in turmoil. I never been incarcerated, so not only was I all over the place mentally, but physically I was all over the place. Majority of that bid I spent it in solitary confinement, so I was away from people. You know what I'm saying? Majority of my bid. So coming home, that was a disaster the first time. To turn around and get locked back up again because one of the cases um didn't what's it called, sentence me. And so since they didn't sentence me, I got picked back up, and then I started a whole tour again. So within that tour, I came back from prison. I'm thinking I'm going home. I'm like, my bid is over with. This is my second time going to prison. I'm ready to go home, to find out that I had to go back to county because now I violated my probation. So now I just went on a whole tour again for the second time after I just came off the tour. And so I'm like, you know what? I gotta say positive. Something is going to come out of this. I speak and I talk to women all the time while I'm sitting behind bars. Women come in crying. They and I'm like, look, it's not that serious. We're gonna get out of this. You know what I'm saying? This is my second time doing this. So I'm telling you that it can be done, that you can come out. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up I ended up getting to Fulton County and getting Bart business number. And when I tell this story, people think that I'm so insane. I'm like, I held on to their number for a whole entire year because I was like, I got to get to one of these counties after I get past the probation. Somebody is going to help me bond out. I'm going to get out of this situation. I'm gonna come home. I used to sleep with, even though we didn't have a pillow, I had kind of like a wedge because I had sleep apnea. I had a note, and it's at my desk right now. Roz will tell you this. My manifestation from prison and county is actually at my desk right now. It said that I will be home May 2025. It said that I will come home without any legal obligations, that I will all of my cases will be taken care of, and I came home in that order. But when I was able to reach out to bar business, and Bree was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come get you," I'm like, "This is real. This is actually real." And then to turn around, and that Saturday they had a brunch for us, so I show up looking fresh out, and it was so amazing because not only I didn't know anything about the organization, but everybody in here is going through the same stuff that I just went through. And now I'm able to turn around and to do my first bailout, we did DeKalb County. And I was so scared because that was the jail I had just came from. So to go back to do a bailout, I was in the lobby rushing people out the door, like, hey, yeah, welcome home. Come on out. We're going to the van. We're going over here to the van. Everything's gonna be great. Yeah, we just gotta get off the yard. We just gotta make it off the yard. Everything's gonna be fine. So they would tell you I was out there nervous, but it felt amazing being able to turn around and do the bailout, help people, you know what I'm saying, figure out where they were going to go. It was chaotic, but we made it work. We got everybody where they needed to be, and we got everybody taken care of. So honestly, that's my story of resilience, honestly.
That was like a
With her
story
saying
of
that,
empowering, like a story of empowerment, right? Like that's what that was. So thank you. That was amazing. That encouraged me. I didn't
with
mean to
her
cut you
saying
off,
that,
Roz.
I know, thank you. Sorry. I want to just say with her saying that, to share some of the programs that we do at Bard Business. Pre-child bail organizing is definitely a program that we have where we partner with other organizations to bring mothers home for Mother's Day and to reunite men and women with their families who are just facing the harm of cash bail. So even once people are free, we make sure that they're supported. We're connected them with housing, employment opportunities, and mental health care, just to help them successfully to come home. Also, with our STABLE program, which stands for Stability, Leadership, and Economic Empowerment. It's a leadership and a housing program that's designed especially for formerly incarcerated women. It's a 12-month program that gets you on the track of reentry, helps you focus on economic stability, political education, Um, so that is definitely a program that we have. We also have our protected class campaign, which is our campaign that I don't know if some of you know, but there are over 44,000 collateral consequences that continue to restrict justice impacted people even after they've served time. So our campaign, it pushes back by advancing legal protection that recognizes formerly incarcerated people as a protected class. And that is something that Bard Business did in 2022. We made history with Atlanta for becoming the first city classified as a protected class for formerly incarcerated individuals. And our model now is going in other states from the model that Bard Business used that passed the legislation in 2022. It is now being shared in over 15 different states and just recently passed in New Orleans. Okay, so this is our civic engagement work that we are doing. We have several programs. We would love for you to connect with us. We want to make sure that you know about the programs, you know about the resources, because that's why we are here to make sure that we give all that we can give to others so that they continue to pass it on and help someone else.
So amazing. I didn't even know that Bar Business was doing that about like making formerly incarcerated people a protected class. That's
Yes,
that's
yes.
amazing.
Yes, yes. And our Release the Vote. Let me not forget our Release the Vote campaign, which helps justice impacted people
Please don't forget
just
it.
understand their rights, access ballots, and just we want to hold elected officials accountable. So we work to build political power by making sure we are restoring voting rights and just mobilizing communities, especially those who don't even know that they can vote. So we get out and make sure. So yes, our Release the Vote campaign. I tell you, we stay moving, making sure that we are crashing down these 44,000 collateral consequences. We are going to kick those barriers down.
Yeah, get them out of here. I hear that.
Yes. So it
That's
is now, it is moving statewide. Yes, it is definitely, we are definitely hands in different states. We don't just hold on to everything in Georgia. We make sure that we share everything.
So out of all the initiatives, if people had to remember two things about tonight's topic, about the conversation, what are two things that you hope that they take away from this and explain why it's important? Like for me, I like one of the things that I would say is like connection. Like it's really, really important for people at home to understand the importance of connection. We talked a lot about talking and community and being with people, and our formerly and our currently incarcerated population can't be with anybody. And one of the things that I truly believe that helps relieve the stigma like mental health conditions or the depression around this time is being able to connect with people, to talk to people, and to remind other people that they're thought about, they're seen, they're not forgotten. So that's one thing that I can think of. I might have to come back for the second thing, but I'll let someone else talk with their one thing, and maybe we'll bounce back and forth a little bit.
And well, a couple of things. First, Yasmin, you were so funny. Like I could work alongside you every day, all day. No, but outside of her being very phenomenal and funny, I think also it's just to let everybody know that we're here, like we're out here, like use us, right? Like tap into us, use us, pick our brains, ask us how we did it, and to go along with the stigma. I one thing when people look at me and they say, "You don't look like you've been incarcerated." Excuse me, well, what does a person that's like
Right.
what am I supposed to look like? Like we are your sister, like we're your neighbor. We're your like Georgia leads the entire world as far as I'm concerned in incarceration. So, and it's a little offensive too. Like, oh, how am I supposed to look? Like, what did you think? Um, and then And then also, I want people to like, we are human too. We are more than a number. We deserve to be able to rent a house. You know, we deserve like, we deserve same employment opportunities as the next person. And I promise you, like for real, we work harder because we like what I've noticed is that we feel like we have something extra to prove. And so we go harder. It's just who we are. It's, as far as that's how I feel. But yeah, so just know that we're here. The organizations are here. We're always open to new ideas. We're always wanting to grow. We're always learning and growing. And um, if we don't know the answer, we can point you to somebody who may. But you don't have to be alone. You don't have to do this alone. Um, and we're here to help. We want to help. That's the thing. Like we really want to do this work.
I definitely ditto to everything you said, Drew. Because the biggest thing is and you as well, Vanessa, collaboration. Getting together because we cannot do this alone, but we all have the same vision. We all desire the same outcome. So getting together with collaboration instead of competition. I think that is so, so important. And making sure that we realize the climate that we all are in right now, what America is in right now, this time that we are in right now. People are fearful, people are scared, people are worried, people, don't know um what their tomorrow is. So I think it is so important again to make sure that they know um to reach out and find the help that they need. Don't just sit and think that there is not help out here, because I used to think that. I never knew that there is so much help that is out there right now. I never knew that until I came home. So if you can just take time and reach back to the women and men who are still incarcerated, I think it is so important to reach back to them. For one, letting them know that there's help out here when they walk out the door.
Mhm.
And number two, to make sure that they know that people are out here loving them and praying for them. That is so, so important not to forget our Justice Impacted community, because it is so easy to lose yourself in a place like that because it is dark. So I think I guess that was three things to take back. I can go
And
on with some more, but
no, well, and like
most
I just
importantly,
yeah, and I just want to piggyback like being in a dark place, um, it doesn't just mean like you're incarcerated. Like there's people that are out here now that are in a dark place that they are just
mhm,
in the midst of all this, like the chaos in the world, and just are having a difficult time just making it through just day to day, moment to moment. I do want to like do like a shameless plug for like 988 for like anybody who is listening during this time, during the holiday seasons. Like if you need help, they're a texting service, they are a phone service, and they are non-judgmental. And I would encourage you, if you are experiencing anything low or anything scary, to do not feel ashamed or embarrassed to reach out to that number. And there's help all around you. So please reach
mhm,
out. And if
yes,
you had anything else you wanted to share, Miss Empowerment, I mean, Yasmin.
First, I wanted to piggyback real quick off of what Drew said. They want you to come out with the khakis on or the candy corn orange pants. That's how they want you to look, so they can point out, oh, you don't look like you've been incarcerated. Oh, you're right. Let me get my uniform from the back with my name tag on the left, because that's what image they have when they think, oh, well, I'm formerly incarcerated. You don't look like you what you've been through. Okay, I had chicken pox either, as well, but I shouldn't be out here looking like I had chicken pox either. I'm just saying. But two things that I feel like people should take from this webinar. One, I agree with everybody when it says collab. Collabing and networking are the two most important things that you can take from this. If I wouldn't have been given the number for Bard Business from someone else, another person that's incarcerated with me, I wouldn't have known anything about it. I wouldn't have had the opportunity because those were resources that was needed. You know what I'm saying? Not only were the resources needed when I was on the inside, but to come home and those resources are available. I didn't know that my first time coming home. I wouldn't have burnt out if I would have known that it was some type of help. You know what I'm saying? So to come home this time and being able to be a part of a strong network, being able to partner with other organizations that believe in the same things that we believe in, that we are not only going to help these women that's still incarcerated and that's coming home lost, we also going to help the ones that's still on the inside, because the ones on the inside need more help than we need on the outside. It sucks sitting there not being able to pick up the phone, not being able to talk to someone. The holidays coming up, nobody answering the phone because nobody have the money to put on the phone to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So now the people that's around you have become your family. So I definitely want to say the networking is important because I've met so many people being able to do this work and being able to give back and help others that I wouldn't have thought about making in a million years. Um, it is help out there. It's resources. It's not just bar business. It is other organizations, but we are one of many that we are boots on the ground. We are out here helping inside, outside, sideways, upside down. We're here helping. If it means we not sleeping, we out on the weekend doing something, we're out there doing it because that's what we stand for. We stand for helping others just like ourselves. If nobody would have gave me another opportunity to come home and show that I am an amazing person, that I have a personality, that not only am I a team player, but I'm smart. If nobody would have gave me that opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to show my true potential. So for the women that's coming home, for the men that's coming home, you can do this. You got this. You know what I'm saying? I was preaching the same thing when I was on the inside. I'm on the outside preaching the same thing. When you come home, it's gonna be rough, but you got it. Um, ask for help. We all needed help when we came home. Things weren't just given to us. Things weren't just placed on a platter for us. With nice roses and ferns. We didn't get that. We got struggle when we came home. Most of us came home homeless. Most of us came home without clothes. Most of us came home without any of the things that we needed, but not knowing that it was resources out there the whole time. It was resources. We just didn't want to take advantage of them because so many of us are so prideful that we don't want to ask for help. Damn it, I need help. No, we're gonna ask for help. Let's open up our mouths. We're in a time where things are falling down around us. Food is scarce, lights are scarce, things that we need are scarce. So the resources and being able to commute and communicate with others like ourselves is needed. Don't be afraid. There's no need to be in a dark place. Only way up in this world is up, especially if we all stick together.
But I love it. There's no reason to sit in darkness alone. Um, Let someone shine some light on you, right? I know someone asked in the chat if there are any of these services that are for men. I know that the services at Motherhood Beyond Bars are not yet for men. We're not Fatherhood Beyond Bars yet. I'm not sure if bar business works with a particular demographic. I know that you've always been so helpful with our mothers. I never even asked if you worked with, if you do work with men or if you have resources for men.
We have resources for men. Yes, I did put our website in the chat. I also put our the business and the address. It is in the chat. Please call us. Please come by. Absolutely. We have resources for you. We don't leave our men out. We got you.
Okay, so I don't see any other questions. I did want to thank everyone for logging on today. Of course, you can reach out to the JRP, Motherhood Beyond Bars, Bar Business, any of our many organizations for more resources. I would like everybody to mark their calendar for February 24th, 2026. I'd like you to meet us for Justice Day at the Capitol. So I hope to see you there, February 24th, 2026. I believe it starts between 8 and 8:30 is registration. Get there at 7:30 just so you're not late. Follow the JRP website. They're on social media. February 4th, February 24th. Thank you so much, Bar Business, Rosalind and Jasmine. Thank you so much, Drew, like my partner in crime. I mean, my associate. Oops. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight. I hope you stay warm, and we'll see you next month.